Last week I made a reaction to 12 typical German foods, and honestly they all look so tasty to me. I'm very impressed with German food. I feel that German food is one of the most underrated foods in Europe. Something I'm definitely looking forward to trying more of. I think from that video my favourite is probably Kartoffelpuffer. Those little potato slice things, they look super tasty. I can already think of different ways for me. I'd love to try them. But I'm going to be doing some more videos about German food and finding out more about it. But today, one of my viewers asked me if I can check out this one. It's called I Finally Tried Germany's Weirdest Food. So I don't know what Germany's weirdest food, what weird German foods there are. You can tell me more about that. But let's check this one out and see what this is all about.
Breading making this video.
Okay, so already it looks like some sort of raw meat, onions and bread. Okay, I'm looking forward to finding out about this. I know that in Europe, raw meat is very commonly eaten, and it's not something in the UK that we really eat so commonly. I know in France it's quite common to get like steak tartare and different tartares. So maybe this is something similar to that, but I would actually like to try it. I'm very open to trying new things. It looks good.
So before I came to Germany, I did not have a very high opinion of German food. In the States, it just doesn't have the same reputation as cuisines from countries like Italy or Greece.
I think that's fair. That's the same in the UK. For some reason, German food is very underrated and not talked about as much as it should
German
be.
food, images of schnitzel, bratwurst, sauerkraut, and pretzels came to mind.
So good, all that.
Didn't compare to my romanticized image of Italian pizza. But upon moving here, I learned that German food is actually super underrated. And there's a bunch of different cuisines throughout all different regions of Germany. Each area has their own specialty foods. For example, in the region that I live here in Schwäbisch Hall, specialty foods include Spätzle and Maultaschen.
Yeah,
Both
those two people recommended to me. I seen what the last one on the previous video. They look good, man. You cannot say they don't look amazing. I'd love to try both.
Disgusting, but are actually really, really good.
I don't think
they
do look
Germany,
disgusting.
I would describe myself as an insanely picky eater. Like, insanely picky. I didn't even eat a piece of sushi until last year, when I was 29 years old. But since living in Germany, my food horizons have broadened. I've been willing to try new things. But there's still one type of German food that I have avoided for all these years. Mettbrötchen. And when you Google weirdest German foods, Mettbrötchen is always at the top of the list.
So this is it, Mettbrötchen. It looks like, as I said, some sort of tartare raw meat with onion, pickle and bread. Right? It looks quite simple but nice.
It looks disgusting. Now, it's actually a bit more popular in northern Germany, but I do see it around Schwäbisch Hall from time to time, and I've done a good job of avoiding it. So Mettbrötchen is a bread roll with raw pork mince spread on top of it, and it's often topped off with some raw onions. And this is a breakfast food. This is how you start your day. There's some things that just make me queasy and nauseous just thinking about, and Met is one of those things. But guys, what do we know about life? It's that we always need to face our fears. And so today, I am going to be trying Germany's weirdest food, Mettbrötchen.
But the thing in the UK, I was always brought up to say that like raw meat, what you just cannot eat, it wasn't safe. Tell me what makes this meat different. Can you just eat this raw, or is it like treated a different way before it's actually served and things? I guess we'll find out actually, sorry.
Alright guys. And yes, I am wearing the same shirt as the other day, okay? I'm just really excited about all the football stuff. So, I haven't changed my shirt. Let's go to the store to buy the stuff. Here we go.
While wearing an Italy hat.
Nick, man, what are you doing? You know you don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to.
Then why are you doing it?
I'm kind of curious. What does it taste like?
I'm curious now, man. I think I might actually make this also if I can. Tell me how it's best prepared.
All right, I need a bread roll, an onion, and some met. I'm definitely in the wrong aisle for that. Hallo, haben Sie Fleisch für Mettbrötchen?
Met hier im SB
Ja?
und Brötchen im Back.
Okay. All right. That was the strangest collection of items I've ever purchased. Let's go turn this into a meal. I am painfully anxious to eat this. We're gonna start off with something easy. I'm just gonna cut the onion, okay? I can do that. I'm gonna cut the onion.
And I actually like raw onion. I know it's like some people like it,
Onions
some
are
people
done,
don't.
that's fine.
I
eat
do.
onions quite often. Fresh brötchen now. We're gonna cut this puppy in half. So far, so good. And now the met. This is raw pork.
Raw pork. Okay.
My heart is thumping right now. I'm incredibly nervous to eat this. We're gonna do it.
So is it not cured or treated in any way? Just raw pork? Candles.
Here we are. Met brötchen. I lit some candles, sort of set the mood. Oh my gosh. Got some water to rinse my mouth out. Oh man, this just does not, I don't see how this is gonna be that appealing, guys. I don't know. I'm trying hard to be open-minded. All right, we're gonna put some met. My heart is thumping out of my chest. All right. Oh my gosh, a little bit of met, right? This, okay. Gonna spread it. I'm gonna spread
I feel
it
like you
kind
should
of
probably
thin.
put.
I don't want it to be.
I feel like you should at least put some seasoning on the meat to give it some flavour, man, or something. I think.
You know, too much. And just part of me thinks like, you know, maybe it's not so bad. Why would they be eating it? But also part of me thinks maybe Germans, you know, care more about functionality than, you know, pleasure and convenience. And you know, hey, this is functional. It's got carbohydrates. It's got proteins. It's a functional meal. Okay, we're getting some
Quite
onions
easy
on
to
it.
prepare as well. Actually, very
Okay.
simple.
You see, I'm shaking. I'm not an adventurous eater, guys. I'm not. Okay. There we are, guys. Met brötchen. My first ever bite. I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Here we go.
The dramatic music, man.
Okay, I ate it. I ate a bite, guys. Oh, okay. Oh, what's my initial reaction? My initial reaction was I was incredibly fearful going into that bite. The initial taste was overwhelmingly onion, which I am actually kind of a fan of onions, so it wasn't so bad. And actually, the initial taste was fine. Like, it was fine. But I think mentally, I couldn't really get past the fact that I'm eating raw pork right there. And even right now, it feels a little bit, I feel a little bit queasy for that.
I think that's probably all in the mind. I think as long as it's known that it's health, it's like you're not going to die to eat raw pork. I think it's fine. I think it's just be like soft meat. As I said, it's very common in Europe, but I've never actually tried any raw meat myself, whether it's like a tartare or anything else. This is really tempting me to try. You know, I live in Asia, so I've lived in a few different countries here. I've tried some crazy food, so I'm very open to trying anything. This actually looks good compared to a lot of the food I've tried in Asia.
Like, the on the surface level taste was fine. If I didn't know what that was, I feel like I could eat that every once in a while. I'm really struggling with the mental aspect of
that's
that
it, yeah,
raw
yeah.
pork aspect of it. And so that's sort of where I'm at right now. I feel that was like an adrenaline rush for me. I'm really not an adventurous eater, guys. I just felt like I was going into a football game right there. That's how anxious and nervous I got. Yeah, so the taste is, it's the taste isn't so bad to me. It's I would say it's fine. And maybe some people might even like that. The texture kind of got me. That's where we're at, guys. I would say better than it looks and sounds like it will be. Pretty strange still. Probably not my favorite way to start the day with a breakfast, but who knows, maybe it'll grow on me. Certain foods have certainly grown on me. Maybe I'll give this a try in the future again at, you know, some restaurant that actually serves it and does it really well, because this is my Nauf's homemade version, which, you know, I wouldn't say I'm an expert in making Mettbrötchen. Not my favorite thing, but certainly better than I thought it would be. But I thought it would be pretty low, so it's just kind of slightly up here. I did it. I'm proud of myself. I ate a bite of Mettbrötchen. We did it, guys. Whew. I think that ambulance is for me because they know I have to go to the hospital now because that was pretty tough.
All right, guys, the special announcement is that I was approached to be part of this promotional campaign.
Okay. So, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was actually quite an interesting video. Again, for me, I know that coming from the USA, that probably is weird to eat raw meat, and it is a bit, being from the UK, it is a bit different. It's not so common, but being so close to like countries like France and Germany, I know that it's commonly eaten on the continent, you know, so I already know that people do eat that. So for me, I think it looks good. I feel like usually when you get tartar and those type of raw meats, they're usually seasoned or cured. The meat's cured a little bit or something. They put some salt on it and leave it to sit for a while, that type of thing. So I'm not sure if that's the same for this. Tell me how it's best prepared. If you tell me how it's best prepared, I'll try this myself. I'll make sure I can get some decent pork here in Malaysia. But I'll try find. Tell me what you think about that. Have you tried it before? Do you like it? Yeah, thanks.